You know, everyone here keeps playing the same terrible shit game put out by EA Sports, who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing with hockey. I mean, they truly don't understand hockey. But yet, every year they come back, and hopefully one year, the 239 hockey will make online hockey great again.
No fucking clue what I just said. I imagine you guys are playing video games, so hopefully you guys get out a couple times, get some exercise, a little fresh air, not just sit in front of the Xbox. But like I said, the Hockey League 239. We need a big year from all you guys. Let's not, what's the word for it? I don't know if that's even right, because I don't know if there's, anyway. But let's have a good year. Give it your all, give it your best. When you think of Xbox, think of life, think of love, think of there's no tomorrow, no retreat, no surrender at the Xbox League 239.
This league has been around for 29 fucking years. You know, we got Yambag, the founder, who hasn't done jack shit for 28 seasons. You know, he must be a fucking Maple Leafs fan. He's at the Maple Leafs. You know, that's what he is. He's at Yambag in the Maple Leafs. I mean, they haven't been to the Stanley Cup final now in almost 60 years. I mean, not since there was only 6 teams in the league. I mean, that's a joke.
And yeah, online hockey leagues. It's a good idea. I think everything went online during 2020, didn't it? Thankfully, I was way ahead of the game. The whole YouTube thing helped me out because I'm already online. I didn't need to change anything. I just needed to stay socially distanced from myself.
Gala needs to be fucking banned. Because Gala doesn't shut the fuck up in Discord chat, and he's always fucking trolling. He's a fucking spammer who is fucking feeble and driving everyone nuts, and he needs to be out the fucking league. But no, the admins do nothing.
I just want to say hi to everyone. Brick for Vezina. I guess he deserves it. Alright, take care of yourself.
And we know it's time to free veds. Hashtag free veds.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your season 29, week 1 recap coming in here. My name is Mr. Hollywood for Sunday night here. A little bit later than usual on here, but we're here live. We're here for the recap, and I've got the results here of where each team lies after the first week. Couple which I told you were going to be good, ended up being good. Some teams that were not projected towards the top ended up towards the bottom, and there were some surprises. We're going to get through all that. We're going to take a look at all the games, the results, what happened here after the first week. As far as the standings go, where each team lies right now on the rankings, plus my top players of the week, my top 3, as well as my top 3 underperformers of the week. Guys that probably should have done much better, but did not, and a whole lot more. Hopefully the stream runs well here this week as opposed to last week. I did reboot everything. I did restart, so everything should be running a bit more smoother. But my son is downloading Madden 24 on there. I want to give a shout out, thanks to D Mart over there. Guys, you guys can stop messaging him on here about the code and all of that, man. So shout out to him. Shout out for the Madden. And but I got some bad words about him later on in the broadcast, so might as well just tune off right now. But we'll get to all that. So let's get things started here, man. Week 1, started off this past Monday. I've got your results, the recaps on here. So start things off on Monday. It was just one team on here. 2 teams, 1 game. Best of 3, as we always do. 3-game series here. So start things off, we have Freed Veti WAP, led there by Big C, the reigning defending champion, going up against Summer of George, led there by Wizzy War. So the 2 guys, the 2 captains that finished in the finals last season, it's new teams here, new season, but they start off the season here on the opener. So let's take a look here at what happened here in this series. I do have the site pulled up, which has all those stats, has all the results on here for you guys. So as you can see, well, it still has the. Before I get into that, man, before I get into the results and all that, I want to mention, where's the team names? Why are we seeing Wizzy, Big C, Lemansky? So you go right now on the freaking website, doesn't even have the team names. We've had teams' names here after the draft, before the season even started. Not only did we have team names, we had team logos. Everything was ready. So why is that not on the website? Why are we still just seeing team names? The whole point... Listen, the whole point of this league on here that separates us from other leagues is the created team names. That was something that was great to see, great to have. So why are we even tossing in names when it's not even on the freaking site? You can't even see the name on there. I don't want to see Big C, Wizzy, Lemansky on there. If you're going to do that, you might as well just do freaking Cole Lemansky, the New York Rangers. You know what I mean? Cole Sexy Rocco, the Philadelphia Flyers. Have Pale as the New York Islanders. You got your logo, you got your team name on there. We don't do write-ups, right? So, and then you have your teams for the next season. And so, if you're gonna do that, but the whole point of 239, was the write-ups, was the created team names that separate. And there's been some great names, man, great team names over the past seasons. But you look at the last 2 seasons, this prior season, season 28, 27, I don't know, because maybe somebody didn't say anything about it. They're like, oh, all right, I guess it's all right. We don't have to put the team names. I don't get it. I don't know why you would not have the team names on the site. Like, how long does it take to update that, to input that? I'm not talking about team logos. Before it would be like, oh, we're waiting on a captain to think of a team name, or waiting on a captain to get us the logo on there. So I could see that. But when you have all that, when you have the team names, you have the logos done before the season kicks off. Here we're, tomorrow's already week number 2, and we don't even have team names on the website. Like, what's up with that, man? What's up with that? I just wanted to say that. I know a lot of you guys are, well, Hollywood, why you so criticize this? Why you always so negative about the league and all that? Listen, I don't want to come out here and freaking complain and but when I see something like that, man, I mean, somebody's got to say. I think somebody did on the Discord, but it just gets shoved out of the way, But it'd be much cooler to see. So I'm just gonna call him by the name that I see on the site. I mean, why not? I mean, why am I gonna call freaking Summer of George when it's not even on the website, man? Thanks for the follow, Juan, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. So let's. Where was I, man? Monday. So start off the season here. Like I said, the two captains that were in the finals kick things off here. First game, Wizzy jumps to a 3-0 lead, man, right off the start on this game. But then Big C rallies back 3-2, makes it close, but that's as close as it got, man, because Turbo was tremendous in that there for Wizzy. Look at that, 90.5 save percentage, 19 saves in this game in that 3-2 win. Wizzy had a point on each goal there in that 3-2 final. So they take game number 1. Moving on to game 2, though. A bit different here. This was a crazy one. 6-5 final that ended up going to overtime. So Wizzy was up 5-2 in the third period on this, man. And it was already past the midway point. So late in the third, midway point, 3-goal lead here. Where is the defense? And I questioned this on my pre-rankings prior. I was, about this team. And we saw it here in that first game. So they give up a 3-goal lead. This one ends up going to overtime. It's Big C that ties it with about 5 seconds left, in that third period to send it to overtime. And then comes out with the OT winner. Big C, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points in the 6-5 win. So that ties up 1-1 series. We go to the rubber game, game number 3. And in this one, man, was tied up 2-2 in the third. Another close battle. But Big C comes out big again, man. Late in the third here to get the game winner. Second game winner of the series, 3-2 final. Big C with a point on each of the goals there. And they take it 2-1 against Wizzy War in the season opener on here. Let's take a look at some of the final stats of that series. Big C with 9 points. That whole forward line with Big C, Joe Shiny, and Rocky, definitely produced. Big C, 5 goals, 4 assists, 9 points. Joe Shiny with 8. And then Rocky with 7 points. And that did it for Monday. That was the only series on Monday. So Big C gets a great start off here for season number 29. And about Wizzy War, man, I question here. I question the lineup that he brings out on here. Because, you got the newcomer, J-Map, playing center. You got Wizzy and Abbott at the wing spot. And then the defense, for some reason, he ended up rolling with McSwagger on the lefty spot, putting Odd Guy on the righty spot. And it didn't work, man. Things just did not work out there for Wizzy War. But again, I mean, you cannot give up 3-goal leads, man. Late in the third, we got 10 minutes left. It's, and it's not even real time at that point. So you got to close this out. If they closed that out, they probably could have closed this series out despite how poorly they played here in this series. But nonetheless, win there for Big C in the opener here for season number 29. We're going to move on to the Tuesday series on here. Now, Tuesday, also, there was only one on here. Was good, even though the website shows 2 series. Let me just quickly talk about that as well. I mentioned about the team names not being updated here on the website, man. What about the schedules, man? That's another thing on here. You have schedules here. The game has been already rescheduled on there. Why is it still there? I mean, I look at it here. Week 1's already done. You have a series on there that's been rescheduled. the problem, the reason I bring that up, I know it might not matter to some people, like, oh, it's going to get played, the stat is still going to be in there, but, you know, we have a site that sorts the stats by the weeks, you know what I mean? So you have your leaders, you can see who's leading that particular week. Now, you keep this game here in week 1, it's going to change things. It's going to change the outcome of the stats, because when this game is played, it's actually still going to be in week 1. So when week 2 comes around, that's not going to show up on there. So now you got to add, subtract points if you really wanted to find out what the actual tally is, which shouldn't be. I mean, it can't be that hard to move a freaking series from one date to another date, man. I mean, if it is, I don't know. I mean, you know, team names, gotta fix that. Schedules, I mean, you gotta fix that. You got Mr. Hollywood here inputting your stats, man, week by week on there. Somebody's gotta take care of moving the schedules, man, and getting the team names. That's all I gotta say about that, man. So going back here, man, Tuesday, like I said, only the one series on here, so it was good against Rocco, man. Now, I gotta say this also, I was a bit hard on Sexy Rocco's team on this, and what you also gotta keep in mind here, man, they did not do so bad this week. They came out some wins. They were competitive. They were competitive on here. A lot of people had them ranked as the bottom team in their power rankings. Now, they were without their 59 bod player, Shem, this week, out on vacation on there. So you think this team gets blown out, right? I mean, you have that. No, not the case here, man. They came out, they showed. One of the nights they had to have a waiver on there, and they produced. So we take a look here at their first series against Good Squad, another team that was kind of criticized coming into this season. You look at the first game, time to attack, 822-5 on there, but it was still a close game that ended up going to overtime. Shots on goal as well, 16-10. So Good's team, played great on there. J Squad kept the squad in there for Team Rocco. Rocco with that late third period goal to send this one into overtime, but it's good. The captain that prevents the comeback there, 3-2 win for Good. We go to game number 2 on here. This one, Rocco rallies again here in the third with 2 goals. So Team Rocco, and it's a newcomer, Team Mel, I guess, on there, with 12 seconds left in that third period, getting the game winner, 2-1 final. And I got to give a shout out to the goaltender there, J Squad, 94.1 save percentage, 16 saves here in this one. Really kept the team in it there in game number 2 in that 2-1 final. So they get a win. Game 3, though. Game 3 was another thing, man. Game 3 got a bit ugly on here. I mean, look at the shots on goal, 24-11. And I love this Good Squad, man. They're not scared to shoot the puck, man. They'll definitely put pucks on net. And it worked out here for them because Ozzy, 5 goals, 1 assist, 6 points. Good put a point on each goal, man. 7 points on the 7 goals. Tremendous game there for him. Tremendous series. As we take a look here at some of the series final. Good with 10 points. Ozzy, 9 points. And then what about Skull? Skull in that 84.8 save percentage in this series. So good win here for Good, man. Taking 2 out of 1. But like I said, Rocco got the win here. Surprisingly, without Shem on there. And they kept things competitive besides game number 3. Could have went either way. Moving on here now. So that takes care of the Monday, Tuesday, only one series each. Wednesday was the big night, man. Wednesday, every team played. So you had the 4 series here going on. We really saw what the hell is going on here with each team. So we're going to start things off. This was an interesting one, man. Lemansky going up against Wizzy War. Wizzy, his second series here. Not much to say here, though, about this one here. We talked about how great this Lemansky squad's going to be. And, man, sweep here. 4-2 game 1, 4-2 game 2, 7-2 game number 3. I mean, you take a look at game number 1, man. Turbo just got lit up, man. 50 save percentage. That's got to be better. So that's all I got to say about that game, man. Game number 2, Lomansky just put a show on here, man. 4-2 final, scoring all 4 goals here for Team Lomansky in that 4-2 win. And then game 3, Sauce comes out huge here. Sauce 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 points. Freak with 6. And Lomansky's squad sweeps. Takes all 3 on here, man. You took a look at the finalists here. Well, both Freak and Sauce with 12 points. Lomansky with 9. And tremendous win here for Lomansky. Wizzy, another loss, man. Another loss here in this series. And again, we see some lineup change. Wizzy coming in at center. We saw McSwagger going back to the right D, then playing some net. There was a lot of internet issues also in this game, but nonetheless, Lomansky, right now, the only undefeated team, 103 here. The only series that they played, though, they did reschedule the other series. And then for Wizzy War, not a good start here, man. Losing both of the series here to start off season 29. We'll see if there will be any more changes, any more moves on there. Do they got things figured out, man? Is this how they're going to roll on there? Or are we going to see more adjustments on the position or possibly moves, man? What do you guys think, man? Does Wizzy need to make a move out here with the squad? Or, or Lomansky just that damn good, man? I mean, how good is this Lomansky squad? I mean, they are undefeated. And these games, all of them were 2 or more. They won 4-2, 4-2, and then 7-2. So, I mean, that's big, man. That's tremendous for Lomansky. Second time around here as a captain, and right now starting off real well. We'll see what happens. So that was one of the 4 series going on Wednesday. We go on to the next one here. Rocco back against Hall of Fame on his season debut here. And game 1, I mean, they went down early big, man. It was 4-1 in that third period. And then 4-3 final for Hall of Fame. I mean, Rocco did make a rally in that third period, but it was a bit too late at that point. Series win for Hall of Fame. So they take game 1. Game 2 was a bit interesting, man. Just on that one, Mausch had 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. Point on each goal in that first game. But in the second game, man, game 2, shots 17-9 in favor of Team Rocco on here. But despite all that, it's Hall of Fame. They shut him out here, man. So big shout out to GOAT. 17 saves, shutout win here in this. Rydell makes his season debut here for Hall of Fame. And he had both of the goals there in that 2-0 win for Hall of Fame. So that took game 2. And then game 3, looking for the sweep here. But Team Rocco gets the win. 6-4 final here in game 3. It was tied up 1-1 in the third. But then just a big rally there. A lot of scoring. 3 goals there. 2 for Rocco, 3 for Hall of Fame in that third period. So very high scoring game. You see the time attack on there. But the big difference maker here, Mac coming in as a waiver. Remember, undrafted guy. He is in the undrafted squad that could be picked up right now. He had 5 goals in this game, man. 5 goals. King with 4 assists here in this 6-4 win. But, a nice rally by Hall of Fame, down 4-0 in this game. But Rocco holds on. Mackey finishes things off, gets the game winner. But a series win for Hall of Fame here. Mosh with 9 points. Rydell, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points for him in that series win. So, regards to that, man. I mean, so far, Hall of Fame off to a good start, getting the 2 wins, man. Rocco playing the both series, but remember, without Shem on there. And that's one thing you got to look at here, man. It's, when they get Shem back in the squad, how much better is this team going to be? Are they going to be better? I mean, on paper, they should, right? They should. I mean, it's a 59 baud player, guys, that's been tremendous here. And so maybe we don't count out this Rocco squad, man. And, I mean, you look at these games here, they're all close games, they're putting up goals. They're putting up points on there. And I think with Shem in that lineup, things get a little bit more interesting. So maybe I was too hard on Rocco, man. Maybe I was, as was other people. We'll see what happens this week. I don't know if Shem is to be back from his vacation. If he is, that'll be a big plus for Team Rocco, man. So speaking about teams, speaking about vacations, we go to the next one, which is Pale Poner against Good. Now here's the thing, man. Pale Poner, like I said, he's got all those part-time players, right, and all that. But here's the thing, man. With Pale, he rescheduled one of his series. So you would think, man, a guy that has like 20 guys on that roster. Now, I'm exaggerating, but he's got a lot of guys, right? He's got a lot of guys. So he could put the best lineup on there. So you would think that he put the best line, come in here against Good, and win this series. But that wasn't the case here, man. That was not the case here. So we take a look here, man. Game number 1, man. 9 goals for Good. And it started right off in the bat, man. Each period, 3 goals in each period, man. 3-1 in the first, put 3 more goals second, and then the third. I mean, where's the defense here, man? I mean, how do you give up? Look at the shots, 19-9, man. I mean, they tore them up, man. Sports SX, guy that went undrafted, man. All the captains that bypassed this guy, man. Look at that, 7 goals, 1 assist, 8 points in that first game. So a tremendous pickup there for Good, and it worked out, man. It worked out for him. Both Good and Ozzy with 7 points in this first game, and just dominant, 9-3. Game 2, man. Now, Game 2, you guys check the Discord out on there, man. Game 2 was something, man. I posted the Rocky video on there, the comeback on this, and it was one of those wild series, man, wild games. So I'm sure you guys watched the video on there. If you haven't, make sure you guys check that out. It's in the highlights section. But, where to start on here? So, basically, I haven't seen – this was crazy. It was 4-1, right, at the end of 2. So, they had a 3-goal lead. Good comes back. But then it's they're down 3. It's 6-3. I believe, with like a minute left. Not even. I think it's like 30 seconds to go. Where is it? Third period. Yeah, about 30 seconds to go, right? They're up 6-3. And there you see the 4th goal by SportsX was at the 19:29 mark. So 30 seconds to go in that third period. And they end up with 3 goals, man. Good with that 1 second remaining. And it came down to that whoever caused that icing call, man. I mean, that's who I blame that came on. Because that icing does not happen on there. That face-off does not occur. And then possibly that 3rd goal doesn't occur, So that was huge, man. That was definitely huge. Big win. And tremendous. 6-6 goes to overtime, but then Good. This game shouldn't have gone to overtime at all, man. That they should have closed this out. They were not able to do so. So despite Good losing in the overtime, getting a point out of this game, which it shouldn't have even occurred, was a big win for them. So Pale Squad there comes out with the win. And then we go to the game number 3. Oh man. 1-1 in the third, and then ends up being a 3-1 final, scoring 2 goals in that third period. Sports with 2 goals. Good point on each goal there. And then Skull was tremendous again here. 90.9 save percentage for him. 10 saves in that game. Look at the final tally here of that series. Sports, man, 11 goals, 3 assists, 14 points. Good with 13. Ozzy with 10. And just a tremendous night for this guys. Big win for Good once again, man, coming out, big. So good start for Good against Rocco and against Pale on there. I want to see how they fare off against some of the other teams on there, because those two teams are kind of the two teams that I ranked towards the bottom of my rankings. But nonetheless, you can't take things away from Good here, man. I mean, the moves he made, the trades, the position-wise changes, I think has worked out for the better for Good here. We'll see if that success continues for him. And this leaves us with our final series of Wednesday night, which was basically Big C against Radley on here. Now, I expected a tremendous series here between these two, but was not the case, man. There was a lot of talk on this Big C squad about Radley's defense, about them not, just being a good team in the regular season, choking in the playoffs, as we've seen. So Radley's squad came in. Now, this was also when the Jimmy trade occurred, when they got Jimmy on that squad. And, man, I mean, if you thought Radley's team was good, I mean, right now, this team looks tremendous. They got the defensive pairing. They got a solid goaltender on here. So I don't know how people don't like this team. How people, yes, we know in the past he's been like the Buffalo Bills of the 239 hockey. But still, man, I think, man, you look at that offense, we know how great they are, man. And then now the defense and the goaltending is coming together. This team may have the full package here. And in this series, they definitely showed it here, man. Game one, in just that first period, 3 goals, ends up being a 5-1 final. Despite, look at the time and attack, though, man. 9:57 to Big C, to 5:36. It did not matter, man. It did not matter. They put up the goals. Why? Because the man behind the pipes there, Drug Monkey, 92.3 save percentage here, 12 saves, and he had tremendous the whole series. We look at game number 2, not much difference here. 6-1 final. Drug puts up a 93.3 save percentage, 14 saves, even better. Radley with the hat trick, 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points in game 2. And then game 3 on here, again, a tremendous start in the first. 3 goals, they were up 3-0. A bit of a rally in that third by Big C, but it wasn't enough because Drug Monkey again shuts things down, 87.5 save percentage. Booty Clappin with another hat trick for him here. He had one in the first game as well, I forgot to mention. But we look at the final tally. So Hammer, 13 points. Clappin, 10. And Radley with 9. That forward line, man, tremendous. And then now he's got that solid goaltender, man. Drug Monkey, 90.9 save percentage in this series. Just tremendous numbers. We'll see. Was it just week 1, man? Or will they continue on to the playoffs here with this success? And that leaves us with our final series here, which was from Thursday night. That was Caberlet again coming back for his second series and Hall of Fame. So I was looking forward into this, man, how they would run the lineup here. I'm going to mention things a little bit after the series. But so things start off here. Game number 1 on this one. If you like defense, great defensive battle here. 1-1 heading into that third period on here. And then it's Mashad Pa with the game winner. He had both of the goals there for Hall of Fame in that 2-1 win. He scores both. And that's a wrap there, man. Both goalies playing tremendous. Goat was just lights out, man. 88.9 in that first game for that 2 win. But then we go to game 2 here. Despite the time and attack, look at that, 7-12 to 5-46. It's Radley that comes out on top with the win. 4-2 win here in this one, and tremendous showing by Clappin, getting the hat trick. 3 goals here in this one. And the Dishmaster, man, Hammer. 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points in this game. 4-2 final. And Drug was just tremendous again, man. 85.7 save percentage, 12 saves in that game. Which brings us to the rubber game, Game 3. And then Game 3, Drug just solid again, man. 2-1 win. When you look at that, 93.3. I mean, does it get any better than that, man? 93.3 save percentage, 14 saves. This guy was just an absolute stud, man. I mean, look at the final tally here, man. Booty Clappin, 5 points. Cabriolet and Hammer, all 3 of them with 5 points. And then Drug Monkey, 86.5 save percentage, 32 saves in this series. I mean, did he steal the series or what here, man? So that takes care of the results, the games there from the week 1 here, season 29. So when we take a look here where these teams lie, man, as far as right now, this is where we at, man. So Cabriolet and has the number 1 spot with 10 points, 5-1. Good right below him, though, 4-1-1, only 1 point behind with that OT loss. But both those squads, definitely putting pucks on that. Look at the shots for both those teams. Good with 118. I love it, man. I love to see that. Time attack, great as well. But then below him, we got Hall of Fame, 3-3, man. 6 points. But I think not definitely where they want to be at right now. I mean, look at their time and attack, 47. Time attack on there, only producing 15 goals. That's got to get better, man. That's got to get better. I don't know what the issues are here, man. They got to put more pucks on that, man. Do they got to rotate guys around? Here's the thing, man. I mentioned about Hall of Fame squad on there, man. I was going to say this before. And about D Mart, man. Usually when D Mart's on a squad, it's for the better. It improves the team. Does D Mart improve this team on here? You look at their first series, you look at their second series, how they played. I think they looked much better in that first series. Now, did they play a tougher opponent? Absolutely on there. But as far as production, I mean, listen, Hall of Fame's tremendous, is a top 5 defenseman in this league. It's got to be. You know what I mean? So moving him out of there, bringing in D Mart, does it improve things? Do they need to do that? Or are we going to see D Mart on that bench next week, man? Are we going to see a move here? A trade perhaps on there? I don't know, man. I mean, a lot of guys say that squad looks good if you put Hall of Fame on front. D Mart, that's an improved team. I kind of disagree, though, man. I kind of disagree. I mean, the numbers don't show it right now on there, so it's we'll see what happens week 2. Because in that series, I think besides Mosh was the only guy scoring, man. I think Mosh had like 4 goals. I think Iso was the only guy that scored that 1 other goal, and that was it. Scoring 1 or 2 goals a game, that's got to be better, man. That's got to improve. I know you're up against Drug Monkey, but still, man. I don't know. That's just my opinion, my thoughts on that. But so they're at the 3-3 spot, Below him was Lemansky, but remember, Lemansky only played 3 games. The only undefeated team on there. Are they the true number 1s here? Possibly. Rocco below him at 2-3-1. And listen, having 2 wins, being right there with 5 points, just a point behind Hall of Fame and Lemansky. And your top star out that entire week. He didn't reschedule his series. He played them, man. And so hats off to him for doing that. And then, we'll see how much improvement it's going to be once Shem is in that line. Big C, not a good start here, man. And I think these were the people's biggest downfalls here. Big C's and Wizzy War, for them to be where they are right now at the 6th and 7th spot. A lot of the power rankings, just based on the captain alone. I mean, these 2 captains have been tremendous. They know who they draft, but right now, they sit towards that bottom of the standings. 2-4, 1-4-1. Not good. Not good start. And then Pale Poner, like I said, he only played 3, but he should have won that series. He had all his, part-time guys that he could have jacked that line. Did not do so. So, how well are they going to be when they have to play 2 games this series, Here's a guy that always power ranks his team number 1, and he always reschedules like the first. I wouldn't be surprised if he reschedules games here this week as well. He always does it, man. And then, he tries to show how great his team is, but then when they got to play those 2 series, then you really see how well that team is. So, things got to improve on that. I mean, look at that. 11 goals for. Not good, man. Not good way to start. Just a couple of final tallies here. So, win percentage, Lomansky there, number 1. Good. Goals for, man. 29. Highest scoring offense right now. Least goals allowed, Lomansky. 3 games played, only 6. Tremendous. Caps below him, though, with 9, with 6 games played. And then let me just take a look at some of the player leaders here. So after week 1, most points, good, with 23. His winger over there, Sports, left winger, 20 points. Ozzy with 19. They're all on that same squad, man. So that is tremendous. One offenses that we didn't really talk about, that were going to be great. But look at the points, man. Hammer with 18, Clappin with 15, and then Wizzy War with 14. So there's the top point leaders. As far as the most goals here, Sports not only has 20 points, but 13 goals. Clappin right below him with 12. Ozzy with 10. Sauce and Big C with 7. And then Wizzy War with Cabaret and Mosh all with 6. Most assists, the big assist man, good. Look at that, 19. He's playing center for his squad on there, so you would expect it. And just great, 19. Hammer with 14. Freak with 10 in 3 games played. Tremendous. Ozzy with 9. And then Wizzy War with 8. Who are our big hitters so far? No question here. Freak with 47 in only 3 games. Sexy Rocco Balone with 36. Odd with 22. Weasel with 22. Good with 20. And Young Kelch also with 20. The big penalty guys, man. Weasel with 14. Hammer 14. Rocky Dangles, kind of surprised there with 12. But those were those fights, man. It was like 4 or 5 fights in that series. Esoteric with 10, J-Map, and Mosh with 8. If we look at the per game, though, points per game, look at that. Freak and Sauce, 4. That's just tremendous. Good with 3.8. Sports with 3.3. And then Sook with 3.3 as well. Ozzy with 3.2. Just take a look, real quick look here at the defense. Top defense in points. King with 7. Gala with 6. Both Trey and Odd Guy with 5. And Rob with 5. As well as Weasel. So we got a big, and Jimmy. Wow. Yeah. 5-way tie there for the defensive side. And then in that, man, I mentioned this before. Save percentage. Drug Monkey leading that, 88.9. King Danger with 81.8. Jesus with 81.8. Goat with 81. And J Squad with 77.2. Now, King Danger only played 1 game on there so far in net, so I want to see more. As far as goals allowed, again, Drug leads this with 1.5. King Danger with 2. Jesus with 2 as well. Skull 2.54, and Goat with 2.67. Most saves, Drug again, number 172. J Squad with 71. Seeing a lot of puck there for J Squad's team. Goat with 68, and then Skull with 54. Turbo with 47. So that takes care of the week 1. That's your recap now. I also wanted to mention my top 3 guys here after week 1. No question here. Good, man. I'm not good. 4 goals, 19 assists, 23 points, a plus 12 with 20 hits. The man did it all. Had some clutch game-winning goals, clutch goals in that third period. Just found the right guys, man. And the guy that he found was SportsX, man. That delivered most of those goals that led to those assists. And then my other guy, number 2, I got Sauce. I mean, Sauce only 3 games played, but 7 goals, 5 assists, 12 points, a plus 9. He had a game-winning goal. It's averaging 4 points a game on here so far. Freak as well. I want to give an honorable mention. Freak also had 12 points. And then my other third star is going to be Drug Monkey in that 88.9 save percentage, 72 saves, 1.5, the best in the league here so far. So that's the top 3 stars. I also wanted to do a little bit different thing here. My top 3 underperformers. Now on here doesn't necessarily mean the worst stats. It also factors in how well the guy is, or how much he was paid for, and how well he produced with that. I'm going with Buck Neeson here, -9, 7 penalty minutes here in week 1. Did not produce, points. So I got him in the list. And how about this day, man? D Mart on here, -2, only 2 points in that series. You pay 23 for the guy as a part-time player. Did not produce as well. And then third guy here, McSwagger. No matter where they put this guy, lefty, righty, in that here. I mean, I could have put almost all the guys on this team. But he was a -6, only 2 points. And then in net, oh my God, it was even worse. 7 goals allowed, 41 save percentage. It doesn't get any worse than that. So that takes care of it. Week 1, I'm thinking about doing a bit different things here with the show. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's the summer. It's August on here. Things get busy. I was at a barbecue last night as well. So, just finding the time to getting this, you know what I mean? But stats will be entered regardless. That's no question on there. And I think it was great to see. I think a lot of guys definitely enjoyed it, being able to see that, wake up the next morning, having all the stats entered, see who the leaders are. I'll be producing some more highlights there. Hope you guys like the Rocky video. I'm trying to do something else here this week as well. And Johnny Bells will be bringing you guys the multi-stream, man. The multi-stream on this as well, as far as, all the games streamed. He does it every night, man. So every game, you have the footage there, the chat. It's happening. He'll be there tomorrow night to start week number 2. So make sure you guys check him out. And that does it here, man. That does it here for your week 1 recap. I'll be back next week for week number 2. Mr. Hollywood here. Have a good night, everybody.